Hey guys. Um, yeah, there's been, it seems like a little bit more incremental changes that have occurred, transformations. That is, again, making me think, well, gee whiz, I think maybe this is going to work out. This is, really, it's as though these people really know what they're doing. And I can trust them, and their confidence is founded, you know? I'm like, yay. God love them. God love them. Um, yeah, I woke up this morning well, I mean, there was a couple of things that reminded me to, oh, you might as well pray. And so, of course, we generally start the day praying anymore. And then there has been like dream-like activity at different times, even when we really weren't fully asleep. And here's the thing, see, I will rarely remember my dreams. And if I do, it's usually only a few seconds, and it's usually something fairly intense. And so I think that was done so that I'm not manipulated by it, because these things can be manufactured. There are those out there who can tailor stuff for, to send you a little dream story type of thing. I'm not exactly sure how it's done, but once you find out that kind of stuff, it's there's no real reason to trust your dreams as a symbolic message for you to follow and adhere to, not whenever it's your enemy that's sending you the dream, just trying to manipulate you again. You see? So dreams really don't. That's what, like, these prophetic people. Is God sent to me in a dream? I'm thinking, yeah, well, it might have been, or just another demon-filled witch or something, Which I mean, I saw the other day one of these that I don't think is very much human, talking about what it is, what you have to do to become an elite human. I do believe was the phrase, and and I'm thinking, well, you're not really human anyway, though, are you? And if you were a human and you were thinking on such terms, then that's probably satanic. Because what, and again, what do these terms mean? Uh, whenever they're trying to turn you into the universal Christ or this or that, it's like, but they throw out all the Christ, and I'm thinking, what does the light think about your ambition to become this elite human? Is this about power, wielding of power? Because I know that it seems like there's a great deal of these people out here who are of the mind that, perfection is whenever you combine, like, one of the lights with the evil, the damned, them that are condemned to the eternal darkness. And, you know, from that perspective over there on darkness land, of the land of the dead, of course it'd be perfect to get you something alive, connected to life and light, to hang out with. Because and another one I saw was describing it in an old fashioned way of, well, they can't get a connection to God, but you're connected, so they want to be connected to you. But then, they did at some point, even as nicely as they were putting this, did say, and they will try to steal some of your energy. I'm like, yeah, I know. That's what I've been praying, hoping, and wishing, and singing about for quite a while. We'd like to leave, get to that higher perch. Let's ascend. Let's continue up. Um, this idea of perfection of theirs doesn't really gel with me. I see. I don't think light needs anything else except heaven. The life, or just the basic stuff that they're supposed to have, to be able to be what they're supposed to be. And after that, they're like, "Yay! What do you mean elite? I'm happy. How's that? Happy and content, secure too. Well, because I'm happy and content, and I feel I'm wealthy in all the right ways and have all the right wealth that I need. So to me, see, being elite. So, well, do you have a light on your head, or are you full of good love? Is your heart full of good love? Do you have a gold heart? Do you feel? Do you have good water? Do you hate? Do you have hate in you? Do you hate anything? Do you have any hate? Do you have any alliances with hate? Do you indulge hate at any point in your existence at all? Is it a part of you? Because, elite, well, you can be the elite of hell, but you're never going to get above hell. I mean, you might get above hell for short periods of time, but if your place is to be the elite of hell, because you can't get any higher, and because of what you contain, right? You see what I'm saying? I don't want to be an elite of hell. I'd rather rise into heaven and be happy and content and be with all my kind. And like, yay, we're light and we're good love. Yay, I love you and you love me. Like Barney's song or something. Only we're not purple, probably. We're probably more like blue. The colors of heaven. There might be a little stripe of this and that there, but basically it's the colors of heaven. Yay! Yay, Jesus. Yay, peace. Yay, good love. Yay, life. That's, to me, that's the elite people. Those are up there in heaven going, la la la, yay for God, singing whatever you're doing, pray, yay, let's do. Because the closer you get to it, the more everything is yay inside of you. Every part of you loves it. Every last part of you loves it. Oh, seriously. I'm serious. That's how it is. That's how you would feel it. if you're that, you're of light, and that's your preference, and that's how you were developed, and that's what you became a part of, and what. See, because whenever you think about Christ, He's not here to unite everybody. I told you the basics about this a few times about how what it is you're basically a garden, and by communing with Him and following His precepts, except praying, etc., so on, reading the book. And there's certain books that you should read, and certain books I think you should probably stay away from. But all about the peace and the all that, and commune with Him. You take on more and more of that spirit, which displaces the old stuff, the bad stuff. You see, and then like a plant that He grew, He will harvest you at some point, and you become part of Him in the sky. Or you become part of Him long before that, actually. But you begin to more and more and more and more and more vibe more and more and more as Him. Okay? You will become more and more the Prince of Peace, so to speak. They will see. That's what it is. There's a episode of Doctor Who from the 2010s decade type of thing, I think. And in one of the episodes, he shows where there's this person who's trying to take over the entire world, right? And I can't remember many details about it, but it was another, story of perhaps like Christ taking over the world. Because all the people that this personality had infected, okay, we'll call it that, were all happy. And wherever he looked, he could see that same guy's face, whether it was on a guy or a woman. It was just still the same guy's face who's smiling and happy. And he hated it. He couldn't stand it. He had to stop it from happening because he wanted the diversity. He loved the diversity of humanity. In other words, he wasn't going to allow this being, whatever it was, to take over all of humanity and turn them into a bunch of him. That's what he was against, and that's the story. He was going to save humanity from this entity that was threatening to take over all of humanity and make them all happy and content Isn't that terrible? Because I mean, everywhere you look, that same face was happy and content, smiling, like the same as what the devil would see in Jesus. You know, all the followers, all those that contained the Prince of Peace, the happy fellow, the person from heaven, whatever name you would give him, the light. He said, "You're a light on a hill. You're a city. You know, whatever. What is he? If he's not that, okay. What is elite? What do you mean by human? A part of the fire? Part of the fire society? The Rainbow Fire Society? Because see, my idea is to be elite in that is to leave it, to leave the the damned fire, because fire is insanity. Why would you want to be ever changing? Why would you want to never rest? Why would you want to be the wicked? Because that's what they meant in that rendition of the was it Paul Bunyan, Pilgrim's Journey? They're whispering in the background, "The wicked never rest," and I think that's what they're referring to. The people who are fire, they are ever changing like a fire, and they can't rest because they're ever changing. They have to always be ever changing, or what? What would happen? Well, I know the one crazy bastard on who was going against the Highlander said that it was better to burn out than to fade away. I don't know that I could agree. Tell you the truth, I don't plan on fading away or burning out. I continue to shine on and on and on and on and always shall, because I'm a part of that was and is and shall be. It's just, light and life go together. So as far as like becoming an elite human, see, this is the big problem with my entire journey over the last 18 years, is I had a bunch of these people that should not have even come near me, let alone touch me, uh, trying to tell me that they're assisting me in some way to become something that I didn't want to become, which is something that they wanted rather than what I wanted. In alchemy, you see, in an actual alchemical program of any sort, you would be working with this and or that, but you would be choosing. It wouldn't be that some faction within the system goes, oh, well, you know what, we're going to choose for you because why? Because they're the damned, and it's going to benefit them that if they can get you to go along the route that they want you to go along. I don't mind getting well-meaning people up further and out of it if they learned their lesson, and that is possible without it being at some expense to me, you know, because it's just like, well, we've had too much expense. But hooking up with um yeah, see, I've had a lot of problems watching that, as pretty as it is, you know, um, because there's a lot of it I'm looking at and going, I already know you, and you're trying to play a game, and you're fishing. I know you're fishing. That's for sure. It's like, can I snag it? Like I don't. It's too scary to get hooked by. That's what I think. Those spectacular eyes I've seen in other faces that were very hateful, that looked like they were part of the all woman um, haters of He-Man or something club, because that seems to be a club, and they keep on showing us examples of them. And if they're not actually haters of men, then they certainly are acting very well to be convincing in that fashion. They certainly are. Um, but I guess I'll just let it go for now. Oh, Kingdom Spouse thing. I saw one of them the other day. Yeah, no, 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 no. I see that as just satanic. I see that as the same thing of darkness trying to somehow snag hold of a piece of light and keep it from going where they're supposed to go and doing what they're supposed to do. Which that's not. We're not doing that. We're not. like I said, we're not um, hooking up with evil. We're not taking it on. And it is the same thing as the twin flame. It's that's again the cat's out of the bag as far as all that good stuff goes. It's like you just are picking one term after another to try and justify something, which it's always the same thing, and or because and the different excuses. It's like, well, how many different lies are you willing to tell in order to convince the viewer that somehow you're justified in something, which you damn well are not. So no, we're just not going for that. We didn't see love in any of that. That true love stuff, nah. Where you're being made a sacrifice, nah. Not interested in any of that. We don't think there's any payoff to that anyway. Um, there's one more topic I can cover. Um, you know what? I want to save that for a different video. Well, may the good Lord of heaven and light and life guide you to becoming a better soul.